Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Pete Pardo here from Sea Tranquility. Welcome to episode 2 of albums that are 40 years old in 2022. That's right, we're looking back on the great year of music that was 1982. 1982, beginning of a new decade. Well, already, a little bit into it, but lots changing in the music scene, right? Hard rock and heavy metal starting to become really, really popular. We got all sorts of great pop albums. We got prog trying to make a little bit of a comeback, right? All sorts of things happening. What I've done is I put together my 28 favorites for this month of February. So you're getting my 28 favorite albums from 1982. And at the end of the month, you'll get a special episode with all sorts of honorable mentions. So today, a huge album that sold 3 million copies. Had loads of hits, well, a few really major hit singles. It was a top 10 Billboard charting album for this band, the biggest album of this band's career. Released April 8th, 1982 for the Columbia Records label, produced by the band themselves. I'm talking about Toto. Toto 4. All right? That's right. Rosanna and Africa, two huge songs off this album. They also released as singles Make Believe, I Won't Hold You Back, and Waiting for Your Love. So this was a band who had a lot of ups and downs in their career. Their first album was a big seller. Then, they released Hydra, and that wasn't a big hit. And the next album really wasn't a big hit. The record label was like, guys, come on. You got to replicate that success of their first album. Otherwise, you might find yourselves without a home here. So the band was like, all right, we'll crank out another album. We'll try to make it a little slicker. We'll try to come up with some really good melodies and what have you. And boom, it worked. In the band at the time, we got Bobby Kimball on lead vocals, Steve Lukather on guitars and lead vocals, David Paich, keyboards and lead vocals. Great band that always had all these singers in the band. Really, really cool. Steve Porcaro, keyboards, lead vocals. David Hungate, bass guitar, and the great Jeff Porcaro on drums and percussion, along with Lenny Castro, Ralph Dick, Gary Grant, Jim Horn, on trumpets and sax, because I had a horn section here, Tom Kelly, James Newton Howard, various orchestral things, Jimmy Pankow from Chicago, Joe Porcaro, Mike Porcaro, the whole family's in on it. Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles on backing vocals, Tom Scott and Joe Smith on sax. So, all sorts of guest stars to add the kind of jazzy elements to, parts of the album. I mean, this is great pop in the early 80s. I wouldn't call this much of a rock album, It's a great pop album. There's bits of jazz and jazz fusion on here. There's a little bit of R&B on here. This is the Toto for the Masses album. Toto have released all sorts of albums all through their career, doing a little bit of prog here, a little bit of hard rock here, a little bit of straight rock and roll here. I mean, they've kind of delivered all sorts of stuff, but this is like big business, big city lights Toto, right? And, I mentioned some of the singles already. Rosanna was a huge hit for the band. Obviously, all about Rosanna Arquette, who was in a relationship with Steve Porcaro, right? You've got Make Believe, I Won't Hold You Back, another great pop song. Good For You. Good For You is kind of funky, kind of rocking, right? It's a Feeling, Afraid of Love, Lovers in the Night, great chorus on that one. We Made It, Waiting for Your Love, great ballad. And then, of course, the huge hit Africa. And I don't even think the band really realized what a phenomenon that song would be all these years later. I mean, it was a big hit back then, but man, now it's just you can't escape Africa. You got people redoing it. The song is showing up everywhere, appearing everywhere. But a really good album. I like this album quite a bit. Like I said, it's well produced. It just jumps out of your speakers, and all the hooks and melodies are just all over the place. So Toto 4 is my pick for day 27, or not day 27, but day 2. It's showing up at number 27 on my list because I do the list of 1 through 28, and I start backwards, right? Because I go build towards my absolute monster favorites of the month. So yeah, but it's day 2 to you guys. 27 on my list. So anything else I want to say about this album? I mean, yeah, recorded Sunset Sound Studio in Los Angeles, Record One also in Los Angeles, Hog Manor, Sherman Oaks, California, and Abbey Road in London. So they did a little bit of work in all these studios to finish this album, and this took a while to put together, but it was worth it because they made big bucks. But then, as you know the story, big seller, and then the next one didn't really do that well. So that's been the state of kind of Toto's career. It's like they don't tour on the album, right? Miss out there, and then by the time they come back with the next one, the world has moved on to other things. It happens. It happens. So let us know what you think about Toto 4 in the comments below. List your pick for day 2 down below, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with another one as we revisit our favorite albums from 1982. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Together, we are here all the damn time. Coming up today, you've got all sorts of album reviews. We've got, let's see, the new Tony Martin. We've got the new John Lodge. We've got the new Jethro Tull. I've got, we'll see if I'm going to get to the new Soma, the new Lana Lane. I mean, this is all the stuff that I'm working on, so I'll get you as much as I can today. The rest will wait for next week. So till then, please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. We have a link below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page if you want to pick up some cool Sea of Tranquility swag and go out and wear it proudly, right? So thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. We'll see you tomorrow morning with another album that is 50 years old in 2020. I'm sorry, 40 years old in 2022. I got to get out of that 50 thing. We're at 40. So we'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.